library friends. On this edition of Paper Cuts, we are making a crown because who hasn't had a day when they've needed a crown? You can make them small, large, whatever size you want. To get one that should fit on a typical child-sized head, you can use regular origami-sized paper, which is 5 7/8 on each side. And there is some adjustability. So we're going to start with 6 sheets. I'm using alternating colors so I can make an alternating pattern. You can use all different colors. You can use whatever kind of paper you'd like. The fancier the better. We're going to start by folding it into a hot dog shape. So folding it in half. And we're going to open it up and we're going to fold it in half again. So we're going to have a crosshairs on our paper. And fold your top corner down to the center. You're going to do the same thing. So we're going to turn it into a house. Make sure you're lining up the edges with your middle crease. Next, we're going to fold up the bottom to the middle. There's going to be absolutely no white showing. And then we're going to fold up again to make what looks like a boat. I'm going to get all my creases in place and then I'm going to fold it in half because we're going to need it to go around. We'll need that crease in the middle. So I'm going to flatten everything out and just make sure all my creases are very sharp. Just in case you want to see it from a slightly closer angle, we're going to do it one more time. So you fold it into the hot dog. Line up all of your edges. And then we're going to fold this in half. This is the other way of doing it. I'm not unfolding it yet. I'm just folding my hot dog shape rectangle in half. And that gives me a little square. And I'm going to unfold everything and I end up with the exact same result. So I'm going to fold my corner into the middle where everything crosses. I'm going to make sure it's lined up with all the lines I've made to make it as even as possible. Same thing on the other side. You create the shape of a house. Then you fold up the bottom to the center line. Now you're going to fold up again and flatten out all of your creases, and then we're going to fold it in half. So from this little boat shape, and this gives us the lines we're going to need to put it all together. So we're going to make 6 more of these and then we're going to put them all together. Now that I have my 6 pieces, I'm going to set them up in an alternating pattern so I can kind of keep track of what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you how to put them together. So on the back we've created this little pocket right there, and we're going to attach everything through that little pocket. So I'm going to stick the back of this dark green piece into the pocket. And if you stick it in and then you kind of open up the pieces, it slides in a lot better. This should be pretty easy. See, we're going to open it up and then they just slide together. So the triangle is going to go on top of that back rectangle piece and it's just going to slide in like this. And then when you close it all back, it's going to create this pattern. So what we want to do here is create an alternating pattern where one corner of each triangle is exposed and one is hidden behind another triangle. So since the triangle I just attached has one of its corners hidden, I'm going to attach this new triangle and make sure that its corner is behind the other triangle. So that will create a really nice repeating pattern. So every time I attach a new triangle, I'm going to make sure that first corner goes behind the triangle I just added. And this way you've got a really nice even pattern. You can change it up to change your pattern. You could put a certain color, put all the corners behind. You could mix it up, just experiment and see what you want to do. But because I'm trying to get an even repeating pattern, this is the way I'm going to do it. Not with that one, with this one. The difficult part is fitting everything together into the circle, but it's not too hard. This is a pretty easy one. The folding is pretty simple. It doesn't take long to do, and you can dress up your crown however you want. You could add glitter, you could add sequins, you can make crowns that are big enough for people, you can make crowns that are big enough for Barbie dolls. It just depends on the size paper you're using. I'm adding the last section in, and now we're going to attach everything together. Obviously, the smaller you make it, the more difficult it's going to be to get everything to fit together, because working with smaller things is just inherently more difficult. So here we go, my nice repeating pattern. Looks very even. Now we're going to attach these pieces. So I've got one of those triangles corners hidden, so I want this corner to be on top. So I'm going to do the opposite of what I've been doing and slide the light green triangle behind the dark green. And there we go. That is your triangle. And you can, to adjust the size, you can slide your pieces out a little, you can push them in, and that gives you some flexibility with how big or how small your crown is, but that is how you make yourself an origami crown. You can do any color you want, big, small, whatever crown you need.